and coffee, steam whistle blow. Scale the G, that's how we roll. Klawndyke, my railroads we build. Setting the scene, the morning is through. Trains on tracks, engines roar. Steam whistle blowing, always want more. Building dreams one module at a time. Morning with Klawndyke, everything's fine. Morning with Klawndyke, everything's fine. Layouts scrolling, stories to unfold. Metal giants, new and old. Scale detail, G-scale night. Steam whistle echoes through the morning light. Trains on tracks, engines roar. Steam whistle blowing, always want more. Building dreams one module at a time. Morning with Klawndyke, everything's fine. Layouts sprawling, stories to unfold. Metal giants, new and old. Scale detail, G-scale night. Steam whistle echoes through the morning light. Trains on tracks, engines roar. Steam whistle blowing, always want more. Building dreams one module at a time. Morning with Klawndyke, everything's fine. Everything's fine. All in everything's fine. Everything's fine, everything's fine. Morning with Klawndyke, everything's fine.
Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good this morning. Dude, this is episode 53. That's 53 weeks. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we're into it for 1 year now. So I didn't even really think about it until this morning. This is 1 year into morning coffee with Klawndyke. This is too cool. Well, I like to say good morning, Jerry. Hope everything's doing good this morning. Good to see you. Mr. Gatton. Good morning, sir. Mr. Elliott. Good to see you. Barry Olson. Good morning. Good morning. Mr. Smith, you made it on time. Mr. Boone, good morning, sir. Alexander Smith. Reminds me of a song my daughter keeps singing. Let's see. Looks and sounds great. Awesome. I think I got it nailed on. One thing I always do now, unlike the first shows, is I always check my audio. I've been wrong before, though. But thank you so much. That is awesome. Oh, actually, if you notice, that picture is from 5 years ago. That's Freya. That is the mama. She had a dozen pups, and we kept 2 of the pups. So the picture you saw of the pretty little pup on Facebook, that's Freya. That's mama. Oh, Lordy, I'm still trying to wake up. Oh, now check this out. Little Folgers in my cup this morning. I should have had a little Bailey's. Little Irish cream. But yeah, this is in my Around the Layout podcast. And check this out. This showed up in the mail yesterday. I'm sporting the new Around the Layout podcast t-shirts. I need to put a link. If I remember, I'll put a link down below to the podcast. It's great listening. I like to throw them up when I'm out in the shop and listen and talk about shop. We've got a couple great videos. If you need some background noise and stuff, Jimmy put out a really nice one, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But what I do want to touch bases on is one of the gentlemen in let's see. I'm going to mess it up, I know. It's Brian Cerveni. I apologize if I destroyed that name. I probably did. It sounds Italian. But he came up with this cool little idea. And this is for the T-Trak modules. Let's switch over here. Now, this is one of the first T-Trak modules that started it all. But what it is, it's pertaining to the feet. And he came up with this little guy. Reminds me of a rocket nozzle. And I love the idea. And what it is when you put your inserts in, if you don't get that insert flush, like this one's off just a little bit. Now, on the newer modules, when you put them in, they'll straighten up a lot better than the older ones. But still, so when you put your foot in, sometimes it will go askew from the hole. So when you put your Allen key through it, see if I can do this. Let's see if you can see it. So you see the Allen key, and you got to kind of fish around a little bit to get the leg there. Now, I personally haven't had an issue. It's like, practice with anything, and eventually you'll get it. But if you got a difficult one, you take this little cone and you put it on the end of the leg here. And the idea of this, there's my Allen key. I just had it. There it is. The idea of this is when you put your key through that hole, and if you're off a little bit, it guides it right to the hex key, or the little nut that's on the end of your leg. I thought that was extremely ingenious. The only thing I did is I made one a little shorter. I don't think you need them so tall. So I shortened this one up. I might even go a little bit shorter than this. And the reasoning for that is it takes away from your leveling. But other than that, this is actually a really, really nice idea. So let's go ahead and slap one of these in. Now, when I did print this, I printed it at 101% on the X and the Y, and I left the Z, the original. But this way it gives just enough room to screw these in without fighting the threads. That one's actually I did this one at 1.05 or 100.5. This one I believe I did at 101. Yeah, and that one screws in really nice. I think it's really cool. I love watching when people come up with some really cool, ingenious ideas, and I love this one. This one's top notch. Now, if you're interested in these, I did put a link down below to the Facebook page, and he does have them on the members page. You can download the file. Really a slick idea. Let's go ahead and put this one in. It's a little bit of a challenge. But it's not too bad. Now, as you can see, the only downfall is, well, on this one, since I cut the height, this one works pretty good. It allows your foot to almost go all the way down. This one here would leave your foot sitting up just a little bit. But talk about ingenious. So now, when I take my Allen key and drop it in, it drops it right into the little nut, the hex nut, and it works pretty well. I'm really, really impressed. So Brian, this is awesome. I really love the idea. And the cool thing is more and more people are ending up with 3D printers, and this is done on an FDM printer. I did this one on my Elegoo Interior Carbon, and it turned out wonderful. It didn't take hardly any time at all. No supports. Yeah, definitely check that out. Definitely check that out. Good morning. Oh yes, there's the link for around the layout podcast. It's a good, like I said, it's a good listening to, especially if you're out in the shop and working. It's awesome. Good people. Thank you. Yes, 1 year anniversary, or at least a year's worth of shows. Well, I'm pretty sure somebody out there has a printer, and you know what? I'll ask Brian to see if I can print these and give them away. It's his design, so I don't want to take his design and just start doing things willy-nilly with it. So I'll ask Brian to see if he minds if I give them away. Or maybe sell them for what? These wouldn't even be $0.25 a piece. But yeah, I should have that figured out hopefully by next week. So we'll see. We'll see if I can do something like that. It's like I said, it's not my design. I mean, I can design one. It's no biggie, but it's Brian's idea, and I think Brian deserves all the credit on this one. This is it's a slick idea. I don't think you need the nut, but I mean, I get it. It works. It really works. Awesome job, Brian. I think you knocked this one out of the park. But you can see the difference in height. Let's see if I can set it right there. I don't think you need the longer one myself. I like that short one. It still gives you plenty. You could even probably go a little bit shorter too. But talk about a slick idea. What do they say? Necessity is the mother of all inventions. That's a good one. Oh, Lordy, I'm still trying to wake up. Let's see, table front. There we go. Oh, it's been a really busy week. I've had a lot of things going on. There's some family things I've been needing to take care of, and the weather hasn't been the best. I need to get some inventory. The only downfall is what it's chance of rain. I do not want to take the chance to ruin my material due to the fact that all my materials I have to haul on a small trailer, and if it's raining, yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to chance ruining the wood, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want water stained wood or anything of that nature. So hopefully it starts clearing up. It looks like maybe tomorrow I'll have a good chance on picking up material and catching back up. I am a few days behind. I do apologize, but it is what it is. I'm way within my 10 days. If I'm 2 days behind, I'd feel bad. Let's see. Good morning, Easy Buds. Good to see you. It is. I think it's an awesome idea. I think it is an awesome idea. And like I said, if you have a 3D printer, you can go to the link down below. And if you're not a member of the T-Trak module group, join up. Well, like a lot of good ideas come out of that group. And this one, again, I think he knocked it out of the park. Good morning. Thank you, Jerry. A thumbs up is always nice. If you're not subscribed, to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Every little bit helps. All right. There's another thing that he shared. Now everyone knows that I use nylon legs. I've never had a problem with them. Apparently, some people have. And I looked into doing the stainless steel legs, but they're so expensive, and I'm trying to keep the prices down on the modules. I mean, I could give a lower price and then have you pay extra for the feet, but that's not my style. When you buy one of mine, you get the legs and the feet, everything that's needed. So it's not not an extra. But if you do want to upgrade your legs, when I looked into it, I'm paying more than what you can find them for, which I don't understand that as far as wholesale to retail. They're cheaper on Amazon than I can get them for and sell them at retail, which just blew my mind. Fastener, I've used a lot of fastener stuff. Matter of fact, the screws that I use on the track, these little guys, they come from Fastener. Those are number aught, and they're, what are they? 1/4 inch. And that's what I use for the tracks. So I've used the company before, but they're not cheap. But yeah, I have a link down below. And you can go to Amazon and you can get the upgrades, and you can go to stainless steel. Again, myself, I haven't had any issues with the nylon legs. But as anything in life, everybody has their own preference, and that's fine. That's totally cool. I love it. I love it. If we didn't have differences, it'd be a little boring, wouldn't it? Oh Lordy. Other than that, let's see. We fixed the Connie, the big G scale Connie. We put the new gear in it. I think I talked about that last week. I did take it to the club, and I had some issues, and that was shorting out the track. So I have a electronics problem on the inside. I have a feeling it might be myself, though. I forgot to flip the switch to NMRA standards for the electrical. So I'm going to take it back this coming Sunday and probably do a little video on it. It's a beautiful engine, beautiful engine. I wouldn't mind putting it up here, but where would I put that one? Okay. Oh, and I don't have any of the other screws. Good question. This is a very good question. Now myself, I do, I've done them this way, and I like it. I think it works great. The biggest thing is if you're going to be moving it around, I can't think of the name. I should have brought them in. I have them out in the shop, but I just use some really small screws, and I just put one on each end. I don't worry about the center because I do glue the track down. And the only reason for the end screws is when you take it to a club and you're constantly connecting them and disconnecting them. And if you get somebody that accidentally does it wrong and maybe pulls up, well, that screw is going to hold this track down into place so it doesn't pop loose. So there's two different ways I'm doing it, and I've done them both, and honestly, I like them both. On the bigger modules, like semi-triple, just on the ends, I'll use the little screws, and I'll put them through the track down into the wood, and those seem to work the best, especially if you're moving them from place to place. So that was a good question. Yeah, isn't that wild? Each place is a little different. I was going to say, pick some up. I'll pay for it and ship them over, but by the time you ship them over, they're not cheap. That's probably why. It's just the shipping. I'm assuming that the nylon ones are manufactured here in the States. But now if they're done in China, it should even be cheaper for you. Yeah, and that's another good one. So there's more ways than one to skin a cat on this, literally. Because once you glue the track and you put your ballasting in, the ballasting helps hold it down. The glue holds it down, the adhesive. For a home layout, I wouldn't even stress on it too much, to be honest, because you're not going to be moving it around a lot. But if you are going to be taking it to clubs, I do recommend at least putting, two screws, one on each rail, or at least on the bottom underneath. That's if you're going to be taking them to clubs. It just gives you that extra security, especially if you're not going to be disconnecting them. Because one thing I noticed, and I don't know if it's human nature, but when you're trying to disassemble something real quick, you're not paying attention, especially if it's not your module. But it happens. Things do happen. I hope they're coming to my back or my front door. I got some goodies showing up today. You are more than welcome. More than welcome. Let's see. I've even used super glue, and that seems to work pretty good. I need more coffee. I'm not totally awake yet, but yeah. So definitely check these out. Again, there's a link down below to the membership page, and then you can find these in the files part. And I'm going to talk to Brian and see what he says about me printing them. So once I get the word, I'll definitely let you guys know. If not, hopefully you have a friend that can print them for you. Let's see, where are we? Oh, other than that, it's been an interesting week. Really, really has been. I mean, I got my goodies. Thank you guys. I love the mug. Yes. I need a Great Northern mug. I think that one's next. Then the UP. I wear this probably because in this area we have a lot of UP that runs through. Let's see. All right. Let's make sure I got all my videos set up if I can find them now. Oh, where are we? I bet you do. I bet you have a couple friends up here that can print them. Uh-oh, I have lost my window. No. I did? Did I? Give me a second. I apologize. I misplaced a window here. And there it is. All right. We're going to start with Mike Pfeiffer. Mike, I've been following Mike for quite a while now. Great guy. Had the opportunity of talking to him. If you ever see him in a show or something, definitely stop by and talk to him. He's a great guy, full of unique information. He was working on his layout, and this is his stockyard. And he walks through this, and it turns out it's a beautiful piece. It is a beautiful piece. You guys just blow me out of the water. I'm afraid to try something like this. It would not look as good as this. And just don't give your secrets. Oh, let's see. Yeah, but Mike gives a nice walkthrough on this as he's working on it. I love this one piece here that he did. That's not the focus of it. I am really impressed with his stockyard. Check this out. His stuff just falls together so easily for him. It's just awesome. I'm trying to get a good shot of his stockyard. Oh, come on, where are you? Look at the stockyard. It's phenomenal on the work that Jimmy does. Oh, what screws? So let's say the fastener screws. So if you want to do the screws that I used on this, these are fastener. They're aught. They're the pan head number aught, and I believe these are the 1/4 inch. And then there's another one. It's like a really small wood screw, and I apologize for not having them with me this morning. I didn't think I was going to touch on that part of it, but and those are the ones that I put. I'll just take a pin vise and I'll put a hole through the center of the track and then screw it to the wood itself. The nice thing with that is you can paint the screw. So if you put it in between the tiles, or the ties, excuse me, you can paint it gray and it blends right on in. So there's a couple different ways on doing it. Yeah, and that's if you're talking about the cones. Here, let me switch here real quick. So if you're talking about the cones, the idea of this is, so when you go through the top, say if you have the hole for the adjusting leg, because on a lot of them, you know, a lot of the guys would just adjust the leg on the bottom. And I wasn't a fan of it at first, but after using it, I love it. And the whole idea is, see, if I go in here, now sometimes it takes a little fishing to find it. Like there, I found it. And then I can adjust the height of the module. Now on the other, where did I put it? On this side. Now this is where I put this little cone on it. So now literally when I just drop it in, it's right there. It nails it just about every time. And now if you watch the bottom of the module, you'll see it raising up. And this way you can adjust the height to your next module. And it's great when you go do a club setting, because somebody their module might be off a 1/16 of an inch or something. And you want these pretty much perfect when you connect them. Doesn't have to be 100%, but pretty close. But it just makes life easier. And I think Brian did a beautiful job on these. Myself, like I said, I modified mine just a little bit, and I brought the cone down. Because when you look at it, you don't need, you'd really have to be off a lot, needing a cone this large. And I think these little ones work perfect. All right, let's get back to, I hope that answered your questions. Let's see, what else was Mike working on that I really enjoyed? I enjoy everything he does. It is just so cool. I've learned so much just by watching a lot of the videos, seeing what you guys come up with. But his work is phenomenal. The hard part for me is finding time at the moment. There's been so much going on in my life, it's hard for me to just sit down with the module and work on it like I wish I could. Look at that building. It just turned out beautiful. Yeah, Mike is awesome. He is a wonderful guy. A load of information. He also has a shop. You know, if you go check out his YouTube, again, all the links are down below to all these. Go check out his shop. He's got some really cool stuff. Good morning. It'd be what is it? Evening. It's dinner time for you. Hope everything is doing great over on the other side of the pond. All right. And our next. Oh, this is why I love 3D printing. And I understand not everybody likes resin, but if you don't mind it, there's so many cool things you can come up with. And Jimmy we have two videos of Jimmy's today. But as you can see, he's just using Tinkercad. It's a very simple CAD program. It's online. It's free, and it's really it might take a little bit to understand it, but the learning curve isn't really all that bad. I recommend starting with Tinkercad to get the basic idea and the concept of 3D CAD or 3D modeling. I use Fusion 360, but I also every now and then I'll jump back to Tinkercad just because I can bring something in and edit it real quick and then pull it back out. But yeah, I think he knocked it out. I mean, this little engine is just so cool. And Jimmy does a beautiful walkthrough on this, on literally how he sets it up, how he preps it and gets it ready for paint, assembly, and it literally designed it around this little motor. And it reminds me of a cool little narrow gauge. So I can't wait to see what he comes up with next. I wasn't paying attention to see if he had these files available. Knowing Jimmy, he probably does. It might be in his Patreon. But just for fun, it's almost tempting just to download it and see what it's about. Jack in the shop. Good morning, sir. Hey, wait. Hey. Good morning, sir. I just love this little thing. And he did all the rivets and everything. And it's all in Tinkercad. So there's no excuses. Now, I get it if you don't have a resin printer. I don't know if you could do this one on FDM. I'd give it a shot. Yeah. Oops. But this is combining both of my favorites. I love CNC. You guys know that. And resin printers, lasers, routers. It's all CNC. I need to put my resin printers back to work. I haven't used them for a little bit. I've got a couple projects I need to finish up. Doing some steps for a G-scale steamer. Actually, that's the tender. What else do I have? I think that's it for the resin. Let's see. And next on our list. All right. This is great. If you're sitting back and you're going to be working for a few hours and you need something good in the background, Jimmy did a compilation, or is that right? Compilation? Where he took all of his videos, and this is his phase 2, okay, of his layout. And it's really cool. He's got a lot of great information. And reason why I started here, I just love this end cap. And he did the thunderstorm. Is it Midwest, I believe, that did the thunderstorm kit? Again, check out his videos. He has all the links to everything. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, it's a mashup of all of his all of his videos on his phase 2. Let's see. But it looks so good. See if I can bump ahead just a little bit here. Oh. Is this it? There it is. I mean, it looks pretty cool. But definitely check this one out. Like I said, if you're sitting back in your shop working, or if you're doing something, you need some background noise, this is perfect. And next on our list, I'm going to give a shout out to Jerry, or Jeff. I mean, excuse me, Jeff. Sorry about that. Where's my audio? Jeff is a fun guy. Just starting out, he's got a small channel like mine. And every now and then I like to hop on in and see what Jeff is up to. I love his idea on this building that he's going to be working on. Instead of just leaving it hollow on the inside, he's actually going to add some floors and stuff. So I can't wait to see what this looks like when he's done. But apparently he's been working on this layout for quite a few years. And like I said, it's fun to hang out, because his timing seems to be good sometimes when there's nothing else going on. The only thing, Jeff, is get another screen so you can read the comments. No, you're good. You're good, sir. But if you haven't, again, the links are down below. Go check out Jeff. Kind-hearted person. Let's see. This is Double Diamond Railroad. I love watching his ops. He does a lot of ops. Whoop. Oh yeah, that lightning was it was so cool. Nicely done. Nicely done. Whoop. Let's see here. Again, I love sitting back watching you guys do ops. I'm working on a 6-foot shelf layout. Well, hopefully a nice little switching puzzle. And here again, finding time to get to it. I thought I was semi-retired, but it does not look like that at all. This is a beautiful layout. But if you like seeing what other people are doing for ops and how their layouts are set up, this is nice. This is nicely done. All right. And let's see. Oh, these are the feet. These are the steel feet. So if you want to upgrade your nylons to the stainless steel, I think my cost on 25 is $16.50, and that's wholesale. So yeah, okay, they're $1 more. But by the time everything is said and done, there's no way I could beat Amazon's pricing on this. But I do have a link down below to these feet. So you're getting, what is that? Oh, Lordy. So you're getting 6. So a package of these will cover 6 modules with 1 to spare. So yeah, I could put them in my store, but I'd have to jack the price up, and I don't feel it's fair. So, Amazon, it's a good way to go. But again, myself, I don't have any issues or problems with the nylon feet, but I could see where you might. So if you accidentally strip them out or something, one, you could either replace them, through me, or you can go this route and do an upgrade and get the stainless steel ones. So check out it's an affiliate link down below. And Richard, let's see. And this is the group. It's T-Trak N-Scale Modular Railroad. And that's where you'll find Brian and also the files. And he calls it the drain screw. Well, you have a wonderful morning, a wonderful day. I'll be on next week if everything goes good. Yep. Oh, let me switch here. I thought I did. I'm still tired. I'm not awake. I stayed up late in the shop last night. Got some stuff together. Yesterday was also busy. The night before, I stayed up late. A lot of late nights. Somebody said I'm a second shift person. Apparently I am. It's like tonight. I know I'll be out in the shop until 1 or 2 in the morning. I noticed I do have to cut back on that because when it hits midnight, it seems like some of the orders I might accidentally miss a foot. And I do apologize about that. Apparently I sent out 3 feet instead of 4. So I think I'm going to cut back a little bit. And once it hits midnight, I'm going to call it good for the day. It might back me up just a little, but hopefully not too much. More than welcome. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much. Do me a favor, give a like, subscribe if you haven't. Anything else going on? Thank you for the thumbs up. Any questions? Leave them in the comments. Good stuff. On that note, it's been not a total hour this morning, but it's been a good morning. Again, I'm impressed with these little guys. Definitely check them out. For your modules. Like I said, on these older ones, it was easier to get the inserts in crooked. On the newer ones, once you snug them up tight. Me personally, everything's been straight and square, but things do happen, and they can happen where it might be off just a little bit. But even if they are square, sometimes finding that hole can be a challenge. So with a little guidance like this, I think this is slick. So Brian, kudos to you. This is a good idea. It's a wonderful idea. I'm impressed with it. Like I said, I might do them a little. Here, let me switch cameras. I might do these just a little bit shorter, because you don't need a big cone. It reminds me of a SpaceX nozzle. Hey, did you see that SpaceX? What is it? Starship 11? Completed everything it was sent out to do. That was awesome to see. So yeah, that kind of reminded me of that. But yeah, so what I did on mine is I stopped it, before it was finished. I might edit it to where it's only probably a third. And I think that would actually work extremely well. You'd really have to be off to need that cone. But hey, you got to start somewhere. And I think that was a perfect. I think that was a well done. Nice prototype. Really nice prototype. But on that note, guys, I hope everybody has a wonderful week. 1 year. Yes. 53 shows. Actually, it's, what is it, like 3 days over 1 year? I do know I missed a week, but things happen. But, oh yeah, where are we at? We're at 395 on the channel. Let me see here. I'm curious now. I would love to get to 500 here shortly. We're at, 395. When I hit 500, we're going to have a fun little giveaway. And I'm pretty sure it's one that will be well worth it. I've been slowly picking up some stuff just for that. But again, everybody, have a wonderful week. Be kind. Stay on track. Have a good one.